Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, depending on where you're watching us from. Today's edition is very special. We're going to talk about something that is very close to our heart as Nigerians and Africans. It's related to tech. As you know, in today's world, everything is all about tech, the internet, information technology, and ITC. Almost everything you do, from ordering food, from shopping, from basically everything that you do, it's got something to do with tech. So the focus of our discussion today, before I introduce my guest, is on how to make the transition from whatever it is that you studied to tech. In my own personal experience, I've encountered a lot of our brothers and sisters who studied things like electrical engineering, electronics engineering, and then things like mathematics. But they fail or they struggle to make the needed transition to tech. Because with a degree in mathematics, basically what you could do is probably teaching, lecturing, and that doesn't come easy. But tech is a very broad industry, which is currently and steadily absorbing people. So with me today is Mr. Alex. This guy, probably one of the most educated people that I personally know. Like I know on a personal basis. He's not someone who likes to blow his own trumpet. He's one of the most modest people that I know. I'm going to go on and do it for him briefly. His background is in mathematics. His first degree is in mathematics. He's got, I don't know how many master's degree, probably 2 or 3 from my own assessment. And then he's got 2 PhD degrees, and then he's currently doing another one at Dublin City University. So you can see he's very qualified for this sort of discussion. He has migrated actually from mathematics to tech at a very deep level. So Mr. Alex, I don't know if you've got a few opening words for our viewers before we proceed.
Yeah, all right. Thank you for having me. It's a great honor I have to be on this show, and I'm glad to have this conversation and get to share 1 or 2 things, insight into the topic on today's podcast.
Do you mind that, I know you don't like to talk about yourself a lot.
Yeah,
a bit of your background.
Yeah, I have an interest in maths. Many years ago, I took up an opportunity to study mathematics because I was declined an opportunity to study engineering. All right, so I picked up mathematics as a course, and after my first year, I found a passion in it, and afterwards, it became something I was interested in pursuing. After my first few years in the university, I picked up an interest in programming, which is what we call visual-based programming. And I did a lot with it, which actually helped my career path grow. After that, I got a master's degree in applied mathematics. And also I got a master's degree in financial mathematics, another master's degree in financial engineering. So it keeps escaping me.
Yeah.
Then after that, again, I went on to get a PhD in financial mathematics, another one in biomathematics, which is applied mathematics.
Yes.
And I'm currently interested in machine learning and AI. So I'm currently running a 3rd PhD in machine learning and AI. So yeah, that's just a brief about me.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you can see that our guy is supremely qualified for this sort of discussion. When I was in high school, I would actually skip math class. So when people talk about mathematics, or when I meet people who are very well educated in the mathematics discipline, I get very, very, very wowed, because for me, it wasn't easy. I was a very average student in mathematics. I would actually struggle to make a C, which is 50%. I actually struggled. I struggled with mathematics all my life. My part is in social sciences and humanities and art. So I'm saying this upfront so that you don't judge me when I ask very mundane, probably sort of childish questions. So I'm a novice, I'm a layman. It's also very suitable for our viewers because now I'll be talking at my level. And please, when you do your explanation, it will be nice for you to break it down so that the guy on the street will be able to understand it.
Sure.
Now, we are in the Japa season. Everybody wants to leave home.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to leave home. Actually, what triggered my interest in this discussion is I've got a cousin.
Yeah.
She's currently in the United Kingdom. I think she's doing her master's degree in computer science. Her first degree is in mathematics.
Yeah.
She made first class at thinking University of Agriculture, Omodike.
Yeah.
So I want you to tell us, what is the relationship between mathematics and say tech in general? Please go a little bit deep and try to be very primary about it so that our viewers will understand.
All right. One thing that you must know is that every code or every program that has ever been developed in computer science is a product of some mathematical equation or model. Now, mathematics has driven computer science and other aspects of sciences or even engineering from time immemorial. Personally, from my experience, when I was in the university back in the days, I was doing mathematics up until my, I think, second year or third year in university. But I went on to do an internship in an IT firm, and by the time I came back, I literally fed myself by just teaching computer science students computer science, because it was easier for me to comprehend. There was a strong inclination with my understanding of mathematics. It was easy for me to understand the background, the architecture, the codes, the program, everything you write in programming in computer science. It was easy for me now to understand what actually happens when you run a particular kind of mathematical program and whatnot. So there's a strong connection because mathematics is the foundation of every sciences. It is easy for anyone who knows mathematics to know physics, to know engineering, and most of all to know computer science, which is programming as we have it right now. So that is why it is easy. And you see, for instance, most people who have degrees in mathematics, they are halfway already computer scientists or programmers. So it is easy for that transition to happen because of that background.
Because I've seen a lot of people. Okay, let's see. I just wanted to ask a very particular question. Let's say you've got a degree in mathematics education.
Okay.
Like the one that you get from colleges of education. You've got a degree in teaching math. The migration or the transition is still going to be the same, right?
It depends on how intelligent you are, because mathematics education and mathematics sciences are two different things.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So mathematics education basically teach you how to teach maths. It's one thing to teach, to know how to teach maths. It's another thing to be a mathematical scientist, because maths is way deeper than arithmetic. All right. So mathematics, you have algebra, you have all the various parts of mathematics, set theories, calculus, and all of that. But when you now go deep into mathematics, you start doing things like maybe pure mathematics and applied mathematics, where you start doing more advanced abstract aspect of mathematics, which is way more advanced than what someone who has a degree in mathematics education would do. So they are totally different fields. But one thing I would say is this: regardless of which field or which area of study you have as your first degree, computer science and programming is unlimited. It's an unlimited access field to everybody. Whether you've done biology or you've done Christian religious knowledge, as long as you have a passion or interest to be able to see the workings of coding structures, computer science and programming is for everyone. It's a language that anyone can speak. It's not as it looks scary from the outside, but it's not. For people like me, it's easier said than done. You know, when I was actually doing my first degree back in the day, one of the decisions that I made
one of the steps that I took before enrolling into the program was to make sure that none of the modules had anything to do with mathematics. Serious.
Yeah.
And I know I'm not alone when I talk about
You're
it.
not. Even for me, I think I had that problem many years ago. You won't believe it. Before I went to the university, I was very poor at mathematics. My highest grade was F9.
Oh God.
It was confirmed. I mean, I don't even bother stressing myself to read. I know after the exams I'm going to get F9. But because I was a high school dropout, when I dropped out of high school, I was preparing now to go for to write JAM, right? So you have to prepare for JAM and all of that.
Yeah.
Stuff. That was where I sat down and I taught myself mathematics and further mathematics. Went to write JAM, passed JAM, and went to university. Wow. It's not about how intelligent you are; it's about your interest.
Yes.
Yeah. So everybody has that fear or phobia for mathematics, numbers. I also had
mine is out of this world.
So I also had that same fear, but eventually sometimes they say you grab the bull by the horn.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's exactly what I did.
Yeah. If you can't beat them, you join them.
Yeah. So there was a point where it pushed me. I couldn't go any further. I had to turn back and take a revenge.
To this day, I avoid mathematics. Because I just finished a program last year.
Yeah.
To the higher diploma program.
Yeah.
One of the first things that I did before I started with program to make sure that
we
don't have any more than primary kind of mathematics. Anything complicated, I didn't want to deal with that.
I see.
Yeah, that's nice. I'm actually say you graduated from Unilag, you're 22 years old, studied mathematics, applied mathematics, statistics, related field. Which aspect of tech? I know you can actually do anything or everything like you've explained earlier, but which one is going to be more easy for you to transition and navigate and feel comfortable about?
Good. To be honest, every mathematician is a data scientist.
Okay.
So I would simply just say the first thing to look at is look into data science, because data science is the present, is the future, is futures to come. So as a mathematician, one easy path to transition to is seek data science. And if you are doing data science, you want to probably pick somewhere a bit much different, you can pick data engineering. Okay. Now, data science is broad. There are so many areas that you can advance in from there. There are aspects of machine learning and AI that is the present, is also the future.
Yeah.
So starting with data science, of course, you will be able to now see practical application of every mathematics formula you have written or you have solved back in school. And also not just mathematics, whoever have studied statistics, you see statistics and mathematics. So with basic knowledge of statistics and mathematics, data science is the right computer science pathway to transition to.
So data science.
Data science. That's direct. So for instance, when you pick data science, you start having to interact with things like maybe Python and R programming, where you're now able to write codes and pick data sets and be able to analyze those data sets and produce results for organizations or individuals who want to see inferences from data. So it is easy. Transitioning is easy to that because the architecture is just an environment that you need, which is a Python, which is now where Python comes in, or R programming, or MATLAB, or the other programming data science languages that you have. But if your interest, again, is deal with data at large, build what we call data pipelines. And in that case, you can consider data engineering, where you learn things like MySQL database or maybe Microsoft SQL servers, knowledge of how to write structured query languages, and also manage databases. So, but I would say the first thing to consider is data science.
Everything you've just said now sounds like Greek to me, but I hope our audience who are listening are picking up one or two things there. Okay, it's nice. So what about people who, let's say you studied electrical engineering, electronic engineering, the transition is also going to be very similar?
In fact, there is in my university currently, you have to be in the Department of Electronic Engineering to do machine learning and AI. So everyone who's pursuing a degree who is pursuing either a degree, a PhD, a master's degree in machine learning and AI, which is data science, advanced aspect of data science, is clustered in the Department of Electronic and Engineering. So every engineer is assumed to be a programmer. a data analyst, a data engineer, whatsoever. Engineering now is beyond just going down to fix a car.
Fix things,
it's beyond that.
Yes.
And which is why I told you data engineering. I am a financial engineer. I don't know how to take off the tires from my car. When my car gets spoiled, I call the mechanic. But I'm a data engineer. So the name engineering is not just how to fix cars and stuff. It's beyond that. It's not just fixing the light. No, it's way beyond that. Engineering. So all those skills electrical engineers have learned from university, they are, if you look at, for instance, a basic module or basic modules for electric engineers includes advanced mathematics for engineers, or engineering mathematics, which is still calculus, partial differential equations, advanced differential equations, mathematical methods. All of those mathematics are also in programming. So directly or indirectly, an engineer is a physicist, is a mathematician. You see, so there is a whole, we are all in the same space. We just have different
like over the years, it has become multifaceted. Not just one thing anymore.
No, it's not. In fact, I have a friend who did chemistry, and she's currently doing a PhD in machine learning. So what she's doing is bringing down the knowledge she has learned with chemistry and also remote sensing for GIS and all of that, and now she's
applying it to.
So there's a room for everyone in data science and machine learning, regardless of what field you are or what course of study you have. Your background is the field for everyone, even for you as social scientists. For everyone, because currently we have what we call explainable AI. And that's basically about trying to understand how AI really works around with humans, how humans interact with these systems, and
maybe I'll give it a try. But for me, like, my background is when it comes to politics, social issues, I'm very good at those. But when it comes to IT, it's little things like even Excel. I just know the basic aspect of Excel. I can just maneuver and
But again, one thing people don't always get is even your ability to analyze data with Excel make you a data analyst already. It is true. Data science or data analysis is just your ability to be able to summarize information out of large amount of data, whether it's a big data or a small data.
Because you look at the sample pool and then
as long as you're able to use Excel, for me, you're one step into being a data analyst. It's just to extend you further to say, okay, write a code to control it.
I actually kind of believe you, because in these times of AI and everything, where you don't have to actually have a lot of knowledge on, you can prompt the technology behind AI, and then it will give you what you want. You just have to know what you want
out of it,
and then how to get it out of the. But it's fine. Let's talk about the scholarship pathways. Say I know you're on scholarship currently. You studied mathematics, engineering in Nigeria, and things like that. How easy it is for you to, let's start with Ireland, to have access to scholarship, fully paid scholarship with possibility of also getting some stipend. Say at the masters, let's start from the master's degree level.
Currently in Ireland, there are extremely very limited amount of master scholarships in Ireland. In fact, if there is, I think it's just one I'm aware of, and it has no, I think it's not a public available master's program. It's specifically for medical doctors, right? But aside that, there are no scholarships for master's students, because most of the scholarships are government funded. And government don't fund master's scholarships; they fund PhD scholarships. So if you're coming to Ireland for, say, a data science kind of, or a machine learning kind of, or computer science area kind of a study, and you're expecting to get a scholarship, the chances are
very limited. There's this scholarship, I think the government of Ireland scholarship, whatever, but it's like you said, it's very limited. Only 60 people can
go.
But it's very competitive. Millions of people would apply, and only 60 people will get the fully paid scholarship and stipend. So, but at the PhD level, for instance, like, there's more opportunities.
At the PhD level, one thing in Ireland is, as long as you're studying for a PhD, you're on scholarship by default.
Yes.
So whether you're studying biology, as long as it's a PhD, you are on scholarship, and it's a fully funded scholarship.
Yes.
So you get paid a certain amount of money, and it's equal across board.
Yeah.
Although that was until recently, because previously, somewhere like last year, there were PhD students who are self-sponsored.
Yes.
There are those who are partial sponsored, and then you have those who are fully funded. All right. But recently, I think some months ago, the Minister of Education in Ireland kind of like reviewed the whole thing, and now everybody falls under the same umbrella. So so as a PhD student, whether you're doing data science, engineering, medicine, whatever you're doing in Ireland, you're fully funded with stipend.
That's actually very nice. At least you give, especially people from Africa, with limited resources, you give them the opportunity to access higher education at the highest level of it all. So, jobs, employment opportunities. Because at the end of the day, the intent, apart from the passion for learning, probably teaching other people, I think the most important, I don't know about you, is profitability of your time invested, energy, money, sweat, and whatever. So what is the job prospect like for people in the tech industry in Ireland?
The prospect is enormous. Computer science or data science, data engineering, data analytics, machine learning, and AI, those are global languages.
Yes.
They can be spoken anywhere in the world. All right. As a data scientist or a computer scientist or graduate in Ireland, the job opportunities are endless here in Ireland. Because one thing you would agree with me is that in Ireland, we have most of the major tech companies in the world. In fact, Ireland is the Silicon Valley of Europe, as we know it. You have Facebook in Ireland, you have Google, you have Microsoft, you have
LinkedIn.
MasterCard, LinkedIn. Any company you know of, any part of the world, think of it. They have their headquarters, their European headquarters
in
Ireland. So of course, and you know the issue with what we call international job laws that give now locals the opportunity to work in organizations that are locally created. So you expect that there are lots and lots of job opportunities in all of these major companies. Of course, you probably might not be able to apply for a job anywhere in the world to work in Facebook in Seattle or in the US. But if you are in Ireland, the chances of you getting a job in Facebook is high. So you can be able to work with Facebook because Facebook is in Ireland, or Microsoft, or MasterCard, or Google, and the rest of that. So the jobs are enormous. Another thing again, because of the movement of these headquarters of these companies to Ireland, there are a lot of startups that are kicking up in Ireland on a yearly basis. So you have several startups in Ireland, and these guys need people to work for them. And most of these startups and companies are tech-based. Whether it is a tech company that is dealing with agriculture, a tech company that is dealing with health-related data or image data, or a tech company dealing with finance, or whatever it is, maybe dealing with some engineering softwares or technology. The fact that you have a skill in that area gives you endless chances, opportunities to work with them. And one thing some institutions do in Ireland is create what we call industrial placement. And this industrial placement gives you an opportunity to work 6 months or 4 months with one of these companies during your study. So that exposes you, number one, to the experience pool, and number two, it gives you opportunity to take up to build a network with that company, so that by the time you're done with your studies, you are easily absorbed back into the industry through that company. So the opportunities for job are endless in Ireland.
And then another important aspect of it is the lack of language barrier. Coming from our country, integration is very easy for you. Say you are going to Germany and then you're from our country, because you have to learn German. So that's actually another bottleneck, another hurdle that you have to cross.
That's correct.
So in a nutshell, guys, what he's saying is this: because when I speak to people that I know, like family members and close friends and acquaintances, they'll be like, tech is the new oil, or is the new gold. But I studied sociology, I studied mathematics, I studied, what do I do? I'm stuck. So if you've been listening to him, you're not actually stuck. There's a lot that you can do to make the transition to what pays. Because coming from our country, we know the level of poverty is very high. The main reason for Japa, let's just be honest, make I even talk from broken. The main reason for Japa now to make money.
course.
Only a few people want to study solely for the passion of education or studies. No, so if you think you're stuck, if you've done your masters in our country, Nigeria or whatever, and then you think or you want to do something that is going to worth your while, something that is economically viable, if you've been listening to him, I'm sure if you've got your pen and paper ready, you've put down a lot of things that would actually help you. I'm not a visa consultant. I don't offer scholarships. I don't do any of those. I'm just here to interview people who are already in the system, help to sieve out information. It's also very good to hear things from the horse's mouth, give you the required information that you need, and then you can now run with it, do your own research, and see how you'll be able to help yourself. So you're not stuck. It doesn't even matter what you studied. But if you studied mathematics related or engineering related subject at the undergraduate or master's degree level, you stand a better chance. That's what he's saying basically. You stand a better chance of making the transition, doing what is relevant and in demand. Guys, you can see, I think he has actually hit the nail on the head. The main reason why I decided to do this is to establish that link between mathematics, engineering, and related disciplines to technology. Like he said, even if you study sociology, there's a place for you in tech. Even if you study biology, there's a place for you in tech. Because data analysis, from my own layman's understanding, has to do with everything. Sociology, biology, there's always data to be analyzed in the different aspects. I don't know if I'm talking too much.
That's correct. You're right.
That's my common sense understanding of what he's been saying. So he's a professor, so he talks at a higher level, but I'm trying to break it down so that because we're not all PhD holders and everything. So guys, I hope this has been a very eye-opening experience for you. Please touch on the share button and make it go viral. Pass this information to your friends and acquaintances. Share it on your Facebook page. Invite your friends. If you also have something to say, if there's something that you've said here that you think is not true, you can please head to the comment section and then you can tell us what your opinion is. And you can also like this page if you want similar videos that help to broaden your horizon, to open your eyes to things that probably you can't readily get from the internet. So thank you very much for your time, and I will see you this time next week. Do you have any final words for our viewers?
Yeah, what I would just say is keep trying, keep grinding. Not every good story come easy. Everybody who's where they are today started from somewhere. With wherever I have come to today with my career, I didn't just wake up one day and find myself here. And you can start young, you can start old. There's no time to start. And whether you want to japa or not, before I finally came to Ireland, I was in one country, somewhere in Africa. And from there, I could work for companies or individuals in US, any part of the world. There are remote jobs you can get with your tech skills, and you can make millions back home when you are in any parts of the world, either Nigeria or any country of the world. Also, starting young. If you feel you're too old to start and you have kids, let your kids start learning. A few days ago, a friend of mine reached out to me and said he wants some textbooks in Python. And I said, who wants it? He said, my kids are learning Python. I felt both proud and amazed at the same time, because if kids of 8 years old are already learning Python, imagine what they'll look like when they're 18. They'll be scary and powerful. So it's not too late to start. It's not too early to start. Anytime you can start, and keep trying.
And one thing he said that is I just want to reiterate, it's pushing the envelope, working from anywhere in the world. Imagine you in third world Lagos. You've got to take job working for a company, say Canada or Ireland. You're earning in euros. And then the cost of living in Nigeria is, it's lower than what is obtainable here in the first world. That is going to worth your while. You say you're earning money in euro, and then because they're going to pay you as if you're living in Europe, and then you're living in Nigeria, where the cost of living is not that high. It's going to be very, very beneficial to you. So probably very soon, people wouldn't even be talking about Japan anymore. They will just get the skills and stay wherever they want. And then...
Personally, if I get a chance, I'll go back. I'll go back to my country and work from there.
So there's a lot of advantages in it, guys. You've got nothing to lose, actually. I mean, there's no harm in trial. And once again, thank you very much for watching us. And then don't forget to share this video and like this page. Thank you very much. Don't finish, so.
Okay.
I like the way it's very brief.
Yeah, right.